are
so
you?
glad that you're here. I just love your bright colors. I love that yellow shirt and the popping pink on your hair.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I am Carla Scipio. I am the founder of the Women in My Garden, which is an
Beautiful.
analogy for life and the different women that we encounter, the different types of flowers. And someone told me recently, then plants as well. So today I have Twanda Fair, my sister, that God connected us together. A kindred spirit. This is probably the best way of saying it. Just that vibrancy of life is just something infectious about her spirit that I was like, dang, I like that sister right there. I mean, she had us laughing,
Thank you
she was
so much.
talking, she just, set the atmosphere. She influenced the atmosphere. So I see my sis as a atmosphere influencer. Not only that, she has so many different things to share. So I'm gonna shut up and I'm gonna let Tawanda take the stage and tell us who she is and just share a couple of her stories for us. All
Thank
right,
you
Tawanda.
so much, sister. Listen, Miss Carla, I love you. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. And it is amazing how we actually met each other. Um, that lets you know how God really is in the midst of relationships,
Right.
especially amongst women and us Black women. Um, we all love the Lord. We all trust Him. We all are seeking to know more about God and allow Him to move so that, let our ways die and let Him live in us. And He actually have put me around and in a path and in the company of a lot of sisters that I can say, sister, it's a blessing to have a sisterhood outside of your immediate family.
Right. Sure
Especially
is.
with me, I don't have any biological siblings. My parents didn't have, my mom and dad is not together, but my mom didn't have another child. My dad didn't have another child. So it's just me, and that's okay because I have so many siblings. My cousins are my cousins
Mhm.
slash sister and brother.
Mhm.
Now I have this new body, especially my church family. We literally have a real sisterhood, and the way that we connect is the way our pastor, the leader of the flock, has
Mhm.
stewarded us and set it up so that we can develop close relationships with God together and do life together. We'll
Yes.
talk about that a little bit later because that is deep. That actually helped ground me um, in the way I walk, honestly. I've always been in a relationship with God. I've always had my personal relationship. Um, Stem from childhood and triumphs and traumas, and, So for me, let me just start with this. I'm a I'm an interior designer. I'm a
Mhm.
seamstress first.
Yes.
And I have been sewing ever since I was a little girl, probably about 5 years old, honestly. I was
Mhm.
sewing by hand. So I got this, God gave me this gift. You talk about a vine. I'm going to say I'm a vine
Mm. Okay.
because I have a lot of gifts that grow and entwine and spread, and God has given me the blessing and the gift to spread by teaching and training with the gift that He gave me.
Amen.
So I've been sewing since I was about 5, and I started out sewing on my hand. I used to make my dog clothes.
Mm.
I used to cut up old like fabrics. My grandmother used to give me fabrics just to play with. I used to cut up old fabrics, cut up. That's my dad's mom. My
Mhm.
dad, mom, and my great grandmother, which is my dad's mother's mother. This is where this gift came from with using my hands. Sewing, building furniture, upholstery. Those
Mm.
those are the gifts that God gave me, which stem that vine rooted through me.
Mm.
I'm praying that I'm rooting it through some other people.
Mhm. You are.
So with that, I have a passion for what I do. I understand my gift. I understand my calling, which is that discovering it. It was discovered before I even remembered it was discovered. So
Mhm.
before I was 5. I was sewing, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I did make my doll clothes. My mom's mom used to give me her old clothes and let me cut them up. I
Mm.
used to literally make my doll. I'm an only child, so I played by myself. So it's not abnormal for me to be creative. Uh,
Mm.
and then being able to make like little shoes for my Barbie dolls. Be honest, I didn't like Barbie dolls. I used to take paper, like construction paper, and design doll shoes. But what is so funny about that? My daughter is a creator. My daughter's a creator. She used to do that when she was a little girl, but she have no desire to do any of that. But she into fashion because she's into the industry, uh, and all that stuff. But moving forward, let's just fast forward. So now in my life, I look at my life and the traumas that I've gone through, how it has shaped me. It has made me fearless. It has made me trust God on a whole nother level. So I've been divorced. I'm divorced. I've been divorced now for going on 3 years. That went by fast. But I have
Mm.
to say I'm good. I wasn't good in the marriage. At the end, let me say that. At the end, I wasn't so good. But now I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
I actually started my healing before I got out of the marriage. I started my therapy. I was always praying, and praying and therapy go together. It's a partnership. They're friends.
Yes.
So, people that say, I don't need therapy, that's why we need therapy because we think we don't. So
Mm.
I did my therapy, I did my work. Why? Because I didn't want to be bitter. Why? Because I wanted to be all that I could be. Why? Because I wanted to be the best for me. And if I'm doing the best for me, I can spread that out to the people that's around me and not be uh, like a poison to them and bleed on people because of my own pain and my own hurt. So therapy was very, very important for me. And mind you, as a child, also, so I'm talking about trauma. I was molested as a child. So that was a major trauma. And it took me my whole life till I got about 40 to deal with that. Like literally deal with that. I would go to therapy. I would start, stop, start, stop. So I really got tired of myself. I did. I got tired of being afraid. I got tired of being angry. I got tired of, just not feeling good. I got tired of just holding grudges. So that's a deliverance for me
Mm.
constantly to get things out of my heart. And that's one thing that our pastor teaches us is to wring our heart out with the things that is not godly in there. That's a daily thing. That's not something that you do and okay, I'm over that. That's a constant thing that we have to do daily. So I am very aware of that. So I'm always in a mindset of how I steward anything that God gave me. And that's my heart too. My mind, you know, how I walk, meaning how I move and where I go. I pray that you can see God in me before you see me because I'm stained. So with that, I feel like if I can get past that,
Mm.
past anything. So when I was going through the divorce, um, it was hard. It was hard. But I'm right here. I'm fearless. I survived. I thank God for who He is in my life. I thank God truthfully for all of the different things that I have gone through in my life because it has shaped me. It has shaped me to be the woman that I am. It has shaped me to be the God fearing woman that I am. It has shaped me to understand that my way should die and let His way live in me so that I can grow and my vines will spread. And from that, there were flowers, there's seeds that I am supposed to plant. And with the gift God gave me, I want to plant seeds so they can grow as flowers. I believe in that. I believe in that with my whole heart. I believe in that if you trust God and you believe in Him and you abide in Him and let His way abide in you, you can ask Him for anything. He said that. We can ask Him for anything. He will give it to us, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. And honey, when I tell you, the trials and tribulations has grown me so. I know because he have brought me through it all. Right after I got divorced in 2022, June of 2022, my mom really took sick in August of 2022. Really bad. My mama was sick for like 2 years. She actually just really getting better. So that was a lot for me to have to pivot thinking that, oh yeah, I'm about to live my life. Yeah, I finally can live my life and all I gotta think about is me, where I'm going and what I'm doing and investing in myself and getting the business going the way I need to be and the way God has planted it on me and all these things. Yeah, I had to pause a little bit. I was still able to do what I need to do because I remember being in the marriage that I have to be first because we have people pleased for so long. We
Mm,
forget about ourselves. And I promised myself and God I was never going to forget myself anymore. And I believe in it and I stand on that. I don't care. I've gone through a lot of things have happened since 2022. And that was a big thing. My mom really being sick in and out of the hospital. Honestly did not know if my mom would even be here. But when I tell you, when you know how to pray and you trust God, and I
mm,
prayed and asked God to heal my mom on this side of the earth in her right mind, give her health back, let her be able to take care of herself enough for me to be able to do what I need to do for me so that I can keep moving. And He has done that.
amen.
He has done that. And I give God all the honor and all the glory. I take no credit for nothing. Because without God, I would not have had the strength to do it. I would not have had the strength to do any of it. I would not be sitting here talking to you today in my right mind.
Mm,
Because with all the things, without all the details, what I've gone through, it could have anybody could be taken out by that because of the heart. The heart could have failed. I prayed for my heart every day. I still pray for my heart every day. What's in it, some of the things that are still in there, I have to pray for that. Emptying out my wagon, emptying my heart out because I do not need all that trash. I don't need a heart attack. I'm not threatening one. One time I thought I was,
mm,
but that was stress. But knowing how to pray changes everything. Being intentional about your relationship with God changes everything. So I thank God for who He is in my life. I thank God that He has given me the strength to keep pushing. I thank God that He has given me the wisdom to understand who He is and let me know that I can be as fearless as I can be as long as I trust Him. Don't go out there by myself. Don't try it myself. So, with that being said, in the midst of the divorce, I took my settlement and I invested in myself. I've always wanted my own brand in interior design. It's well, it used to be not a lot of us. Well,
mm,
now we are flooding the gates, honey.
mm,
God is blessing us in this area now. But I started bedroom peace. So bedroom peace was birthed. The name bedroom peace was birthed from just the trials that I went through in my marriage. So at the end of my marriage, like I say, it was not easy, and I had to pray my way through. So the bedroom that I was in, which was the guest bedroom, I transformed it. Being an interior designer, being an interior designer seamstress, I transformed it. It was nice, but I made it nice for me. I made it lavish for me to be in that space and find some peace,
mm,
a space that I did not want to be in anymore. So I had to find peace there. So with that being said, when I started bedroom peace, the name came from that. Me being in a space I didn't want to be in, but finding peace there. Being able to find some type of life in something outside of the drama and the pain that I was going through at that time. At that time, that's when I felt like I couldn't breathe.
Mm.
Every time I breathed, it just felt like that was my last breath sometimes, because I was in such a disbelief that I was even going through that. But that's not the whole life. My whole life now is do all these things, teaching classes. I teach an after school class at Westside Charter. I'm super excited about that. I love my little ones, teaching them interior design. I also have a drapery business, um, a touch of class, TRF, which is my drapery company. Where's God's? He let me steward it.
Mm.
I'm just
Do all
praying
of
that
that
I
stuff.
steward it well. That's my everyday prayer, that I steward it well. So also, um, doing quite a few things. Bedroom pieces here. Um, the classes are here. Actually, we're going to be doing the pop up classes, upholstery classes. We're going to be doing pop up bedroom piece slash a touch of class, pop up classes. We're going to be doing some building footstools. So that pop up class is an upholstery class. We will be making footstools from ground zero, and it's not just for people do things just to make money. I don't. You have to have a passion for what you do, and I have a strong passion for the gift that God gave me. Um, but to teach a skill, teaching someone how to build something, how to really make something from scratch, we literally need to also break away and do something for ourselves. So that's where the sipping event, the sipping with your feet up came from. The feet up, you're gonna prop your feet up on that footstool when you finish, and you're gonna relax. You're gonna step away from being like me, a caregiver. You're gonna step away from everyday life, hustle and bustle, sitting in traffic, whatever's going on in your life that is causing you to be stressed. For about 3 hours, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna be intentional about our self-care.
Hmm.
Think about ourselves. We're gonna sip a little, whether we sipping wine or we sipping Kool-Aid or some tea. We're gonna relax. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna do sisterhood. We can do brotherhood too, because it's not just females,
Hmm.
you know. Uh, we're gonna eat good. And you get to take your project home.
So you said so much stuff, and I just wanted to kind of interject now. You said so much. You talked about your trauma from your past. You
Mm-hmm.
talked about the challenges that you encountered. You talked about discovering who you are.
Mm-hmm.
You talked about actually facing who you are first before you can even get to discovering who you are. Um, you talked about your journey of healing, which is so important. You talked about it being a combination therapy where you had therapy and prayer. So you're getting together with the emotional, mental portion of you, and
Mm-hmm.
then you're dealing with the spiritual portion. So you're not just healing the physical being, but it's the mind, the body, and the spirit. How important is that? But you're knocking so many things because now you're talking about walking in your gifts, and that's a generational blessing because you
Mm-hmm.
talked about the legacy that was handed down from your great grandmother, your grandmother, your dad's on your dad's side, and now to you, and the generosity from your maternal grandmother, where she actually gave you her clothes to cut up to create all of that stuff. So I'm looking at this phenomenal woman. Now we're talking about you having classes
Mm-hmm.
and how out of that generational blessing that God has really blessed you with those gifts and talents so now that you can use it to share. Because a lot of things when you talked about the being able to build furniture, when you said that to me in the conversation earlier, I thought about it, was the fact that as a people we did that kind of stuff. But
Hmm.
all of that was taken away from us,
Absolutely.
and all we do now and in the recent past, and well, since we've been here, was going to work to build up others and not to build up ourselves or our own communities, and then also not to heal and not to rest and
Mhm.
relax. So I like the combination of everything that you said. That here I am. I'm going into the young people and I'm showing them how to do these things. I took my sewing skills and making furniture and doing the whole entire home decor because I think you
Yes,
showed us you had some pillows and talk about that when you so people can understand how creative you are. Those pillows and those different things that I saw when I first met you. Like, okay. And now you talk about building a footstool with what that footstool gonna look like. How we gonna do a and people need to know about it. They need to know about the gift that God has given you, how you are taking it. Like you mentioned the word steward, and you mentioned the word steward again, and steward, how you are stewarding those gifts and doing all of these things. And at the same time, trying to take care of you as yourself because your grandmother as well, your mother, and then
yes,
you the caregiver to your mother. So tell us
absolutely.
about those things right there. Talk about that.
So, it can be challenging, but I thank
Hmm.
God that He gave me the room to do it, and the mindset to just keep going, um, and building things. So the drapery company is a such a class. So we don't just build footstools. We don't just make pillows. And the drapery company, I'm manufacturing my own um, brand
Yes.
for living. Why do I need somebody else to manufacture that? So the pillows that you saw, those are the brand bedroom piece. The drapes, so we make draperies, custom. Everything we do is custom. We make custom headboards. We make custom pillows. We make custom bedding, all window treat, all bedding, patio furniture. We do it all. We do it all, and it's all custom. So, and that's a key thing, a key word, custom. I'm custom. God made me specifically. He made me specifically, and I everything I do is that. I'm intentional about it. What I do for you is just for you. If I give you something, I'm always looking at the person that I'm gifting
Hmm.
and how I can make it personal for you, you know, who I see. But those things of building things, I love using my hands. I am a creator. I I create things all the time. God put things in my brain in my sleep, literally. I have to wake up 3, 4 o'clock in the morning and get that out of my brain until I can get into the workroom and actually get a saw. Look, I'm a cute girl, but I
Hmm.
deal with power tools. Computer's not my thing. I'm good at what I do. So power tools, industrial sewing machine, skill saw, jigsaws, drills, climbing up and down on a ladder. I even paint. Um, so I've done several paint jobs, painting people houses. But I have a team to help me do that too. So, but I want to be able to teach and train that to other people. So my students are the babies all the way up to the adults.
Mm.
There's no gap. I love doing that.
And your eyes lit up. You got real passionate when you start talking about your passion. I mean, you can the energy level
Everybody
came up.
tell me that.
Okay, the energy level came all the way up, and it just expanded. And I mean, it even got me right here, just thinking
Everybody
about all
tell
the
me
things.
that. You know what? Also, I'm always an encourager. I love encouraging people. So one of my love language is encouraging and praying for people. I also love to feed people good food. I like to cook. I like to bake. So I'm
Hmm.
always feeding people, and I do serve in my church. I
Hmm.
cook,
You
but
talk about your church. What's your church?
so
What's
my let me just tell y'all, if you haven't visited us at 2819 please do visit us. We're changing locations. We'll be going to the Greenbrier location at the end of the month. So in April, y'all come see us.
Yeah,
I
I
have an
finally got
amazing.
the invitation. I finally got an invitation.
Yes, come and
I
see us.
finally got an invitation, y'all.
I Pastor Philip Anthony Mitchell. He's an amazing guy. Oh my God. When I tell you God really moved through this man, it's not the man, it's the spirit that's in the man. It's the Holy Spirit that's in this man that God has really blessed him. And what I like about him, he's so transparent about his life. He's
Humility.
oh, and he helped us to understand it's okay to not be okay, but it's not okay to not want to be better.
All right. All right.
I think that for me, um, going there has really, really, really changed my life in a major way. It has furthered my relationship with God on a deeper level. So if you don't do anything else, I pray that you find a relationship with God, because in order to move forward, without Him, we're nothing. We can't be our best self if He's not involved. He's the root. He is the vine. He's the seed. He's the creator. He created us all. So without him, I would not be where I am at all. And I thank you so much for allowing me to be on your platform to share the gifts that God has given me and the fearlessness, because I used to be scared of everything. Scared to get on a plane, scared to do this, scared to do that. Honey, I love to get on a plane. They falling out the sky right now.
It's okay, but you know what? It's that's okay as well because they said that the chances of dying in a plane crash is way less than chance of dying in a car accident.
Exactly. So
And if we trust God,
uh,
no matter where we are,
listen, that is so powerful. That is so powerful. So yes, 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 yes. I have become fearless in my hair color. I have become fearless. I just put designs. I'm doing a lot of things that I would not have done. That I was just so scared to do this, just because I was in a space where I had a lot of trauma that I didn't deal with. And when I dealt with those things, God freed me from a lot of stuff. And now I just feel like I can do a lot of things. Let me tell you what I did when I turned 50. Thank you,
mm,
people my age. So I'm 53 now. I'll be 54 this year in September. When I'm 50, for a person who used to be so afraid to get in a plane, girl, let me tell you, I skydived. It
I'm a,
was beautiful. I had fun. And I'm gonna do it again.
go ahead, girl. I'm gonna go with you this time. I'm gonna go with you. We're
Okay,
gonna do it.
but
We're gonna
let's
do it
do
together.
it.
Hold me to my word. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it together.
Okay.
I really appreciate you, Twanda. I know that you have other obligations. I appreciate you coming into the garden and sharing this conversation, sharing your story in hopes of inspiring and motivating someone else. Now,
Yeah.
tell me, what kind of flower are you? You said that you are a vine. Now, what
I'm
kind
a
of
vine,
vine?
but I'm gonna tell you something, sister. My flower is roses. I love all color of roses and the lavender. Purple, any shade of purple literally is my favorite color.
Okay.
I have a lot of purple.
Okay.
Love purple. And I am royal. And I am a beautiful flower in the garden.
And I thank you so much. You and we're gonna get your baby to come on too.
Oh yeah,
That's
she's
my
gonna be
girl.
ready to
That's
come.
my girl.
She, oh my God, wait till you come. She's doing so much. Oh, I gotta tell you this real quick.
Hmm.
So with that, I'm gonna tell you how God is really moving. Bedroom Peace is gonna be featured on a show, a series show.
Tell us about that real quick. Tell us about that and tell us
So
if people need to reach out to you. Where can they meet you?
so
Find you.
so listen, so this this I did a podcast TV show with Trish TV, and I was doing a panel with the young lady Danielle,
Hmm.
and she is a manager. She managed people's careers, but she also managed her children's careers too. but we was talking about menopause. Lord have mercy, that's a whole nother show, y'all. Um, and I met her that day, and from that, it was just something about she was just we got connected, we clicked, like we just clicked, and just the whole she was such a light. You talking about a flower. She's definitely a flower. From that, our relationship built. The relationship with her and my daughter built. My daughter is a movie and film.
Creative director.
Yep, and she's the creative director of that, and she also is a makeup artist. She's a skincare specialist. Um, but we all partnered some kind of way. So my daughter and her partnering on a whole nother level, it actually brought in my daughter to bring her own team. So now I will be the set design for the show.
Congratulations.
God is amazing, y'all.
Yes, look at God.
Don't ever give up on your dreams. Don't ever let nobody tell you you can't do something. When they say you can't, you say God said I can. And when they say you do this, you say no, God didn't tell me that is who I was. I am not that. I am God's daughter. I am God's son, and I can do all things through Christ who strengthened me.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Yes.
Period.
And that's it right there. Period.
Period. So
Period.
you can reach me on my social media at a touch of class TRF. That's my Instagram. You can email me at a touch of class TRF at gmail.com. The website is not up yet. We're loading up the classes on there, so it's not up. But it's a touch of class TRF. Uh, and you can also reach me if you inbox me also on my social media.
Instagram. Okay.
I pray that you all have an amazing day on purpose.
Amen. Thank you so much, sis. Thank
You're
you.
welcome,
Love
love.
you.
Thank you so much. You have an amazing day as
You
well.
do it.